Tips for the listening section. The most important thing is not to miss anything while listening because you only get to hear the audio once. Hi guys, Sethu here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share my story about how I passed the TOEFL IBT exam with a score of 116 out of 120. I know how challenging TOEFL preparation can be, so I'm going to walk you through the exact methods that I used to achieve this score. The very first thing I learned about TOEFL is that during the preparation process, you don't need to learn general English. Instead, you need to focus on preparing for the specific tasks that are typical of the TOEFL exam. So the best time to start preparing for the TOEFL is when you are at an upper intermediate or advanced level. The first step you should take is to find out the score requirement for the university or institution you want to attend, because this will give you a clear benchmark to aim for. One of the first things I did was to take a practice test to understand my current level. One of the smartest moves you can make at the start of TOEFL preparation is figuring out which section is the hardest for you. For me, it was surprisingly speaking section. I thought my speaking skills were decent, but when I practiced, I struggled to answer certain questions smoothly. Then I realized the problem wasn't just speaking. It was that I wasn't familiar with some of the common topics that appear on the TOEFL exam. If you don't know much about these topics, it likely means you don't have the right vocabulary to talk about them. So I started watching YouTube videos on those subjects to get comfortable discussing them. This simple change made a huge difference in how confident I felt during the speaking session. Alright guys, tips for the reading section. When it comes to the reading section, one of the best strategies is to skim through the passages first and then read the questions. Many people try to read every word carefully, but that wastes time and makes it harder to focus on what's actually important. An interesting thing that I realized about most TOEFL reading questions is that they actually follow the order of the text. This makes it easier to find answer if you know where to look. But here's the tricky part. Once you find what seems like the answer, don't keep reading for more confirmation. Sometimes the text includes extra information that can confuse you and make you second guess yourself and even lead you to change a correct answer. So once you are confident in your answer, just move on. Also remember to use the elimination method to narrow down your choices. This will make your life easier. And finally, always save the last 5 minutes to quickly check your answers. This small step can help you catch mistakes without feeling rushed. Tips for the listening section. The most important thing is not to miss anything while listening because you only get to hear the audio once. The questions are usually straightforward, but if you miss key details, it becomes much harder to answer them correctly. I focused on listening carefully and catching every detail. Some people recommend taking notes, but that didn't work for me. I found it distracting and felt like I was missing important points while writing things down. So I decided to just listen actively without taking notes, and that worked much better for me. This strategy helped me score a 30 out of 30 in listening section. So staying fully focused can really make a difference. I suggest you try a practice test both with and without taking notes to see what works best for you. The TOEFL is an American test, so listening section usually features speakers with American accents. To prepare for this, it's helpful to watch movies, TV shows, or videos in American English. This will train your ears to get used to the sounds, pronunciation, and intonation commonly used in the exam. The more you listen to American English, the easier it'll be to understand the audio during the test. Alright guys, that's the end of part 1. In the next video, I'll be talking about TOEFL speaking and writing sections. I really enjoyed sharing these tips with you and I hope they'll come in handy for your preparation. If you want more videos like this to help with your English learning, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you in the next video.